Thank you. We all know that Bill Walton was a three-time NCAA Player of the Year here in Los Angeles at UCLA, an NBA Most Valuable Player, an NBA Finals Most Valuable Player, two-time NBA All-Star, and two-time NBA champion. But what makes him a hometown hero is what he has done off the basketball court. A difference maker in San Diego, his beloved hometown, Bill Walton supports more than 52 charities. Yes, I said 52. Donating his time and money while raising awareness to worthwhile causes, Bill has always been about the greater good. One of the charities he supports, the Boys and Girls Club in La Mesa, is honoring Bill with the Bill Walton Gymnasium. It is an honor for me to stand here and present William Theodore Walton, my UCLA teammate, my buddy, my friend for almost 50 years, my mentor, and my hero. Before we call him to the stage, here's a brief look at Bill, at his hometown hero, Bill Walton.
We're talking about one of the greatest centers ever to play basketball.
The Brooklyn Trailblazers prevailed. They are number one.
He plays with such a passion for this game.
Wait for the team. All right.
Walton with the rebound, and there's a great pass. Beautiful play.
The responsibility to give back is the highest level of duty and obligation that any player has.
Come to work every day. Come to learn. Come to develop.
If we don't give back, we're shortchanging the people who have given us the chance to be a part of something really special.
Please welcome my friend Bill Walton.
I'm Bill from San Diego. I'm the luckiest guy in the world, and I love this game. I fell in love with this game when I was 9 years old, and I found Chick Hearn on the radio. My life was never the same again. Jerry and Elgin in my dreams every single day. And then my mom, our town's librarian, 2 years later, I was 11, she brought home Bill Russell's Go Up for Glory. Changed my life. Never been the same since. Bill Russell, my all-time hero on and off the court. Thank you, Bill. We love you. When I was 13, the NBA came to San Diego. I had a key to the high school gym. And so Jim Barnett, Pat Riley, John Blanc, Don Kojas, Nick Jones, ultimately Elvin Hayes, Rudy Tomjanovich, Calvin Murphy, executives, coaches, Pete Newell, Jack McMahon, Alex Hannum, Tex Winter. To a man, every single one of them would be so kind and so nice and so welcoming, so encouraging, so nurturing to me in my life. Next in line was Wilt. At a game in high school for me, Wilt came over to me, put his arm around me and said, "Keep going, Billy. We'll see you up here in the NBA real soon." And then I came up here 48 years ago to Los Angeles, UCLA, Johnny Wooden, with Jamal and Greg Lee. And the dream just kept exploding and mushrooming and blooming like flowers. It was absolutely incredible. And my first day at UCLA, I met one of the founding fathers as a player in the NBA, Ernie Vanderway, whose son now, Kiki, in the league office after so many years. And from that first meeting with Ernie Vanderway, at that point in my life, everything good can be traced back to what Ernie did for me and so many countless others. I got to meet Jerry West. Jerry West could not have been kinder, could not have been nicer, and that has been the story throughout the rest of my life. And Jerry, we thank you for what you've been able to do for all of us in this incredible league. And then when I was able to meet Bill Russell and all the Celtics and Casey Jones and Sam Jones and John Havlicek and everybody that were teammates to Bill Russell, because they were working, they were volunteering for Willie Knowles in the Soulville Foundation and the work that you did in our communities. We can never thank you enough. And then I joined the NBA. And it was the dream coming true because I got to meet all my heroes. I was super lucky in my life, all the people that I chose as my heroes early on: Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, all the musicians, all the politicians, all the guys who were driving the train. The only guys who I did not get the privilege of meeting in my life were assassinated: John F. Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and John Lennon. But to a man, all these people that I met, that I dreamed about, that I idolized, and that I wanted to be in their lives and in their game and in their world, they all turned out to be nicer. They all turned out to be better. They all turned out to be finer human beings that I could ever hope for in my life. And that self-affirmation that comes to a young man growing up with so many different problems, so many different challenges, even though I had the greatest life in the world, when I finally did make it to the NBA, it was all those guys on the New York Knicks teams with Red Holtzman. It was all those guys on a now different Celtic team. It was all the guys throughout the league. It was all the guys who had built this game to what it is. And they changed my life immeasurably and forever. And then David Stern. David Stern took over. And what David Stern has meant to me in my life is the most important human being, most important individual in the history of this game. Now, David is, Billy Crystal would be calling for the ball if David was guarding him, right? But David, he was able to make a business out of a game. But mostly what David did, and what now Adam and Mark Tatum and all the guys are carrying on this great tradition, is that they gave little Billy hope, opportunity, and purpose in my life. And so now, as I see these remarkable players who have taken the game to extraordinary levels, I would like to signal out three individuals that are so dear to my heart, because in LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry, we have three guys today at the pinnacle of how great basketball has ever been played, and yet they are the epitome of what it means to live in the shadow of Bill Russell, to live in the shadow of Jamal Wilkes, to live in the shadow of Magic and Kareem and James Worthy, and all the people who gave their entire lives so that somebody else's dream could come true. And so when they stand up, I stand with them. The way I stood with Bill Russell, the way I stood with Wilt, the way I stood with Kareem and Magic and Jamal and Greg and Jerry and all the different people. And so as it all comes full circle for me today, and I get a chance to stand on this incredible stage with all the people who I love, and there's going to be people, Jerry said it perfect, I'm going to forget. Please don't take it personal. I have no memory. But what I want to say, as I thank all of you, ultimately, it's about the team. The nicest thing that anybody ever said about me as a basketball player was that I helped my teammates play better. No one made me a better player than the greatest teammate that I ever had, Maurice Lucas. Maurice Lucas is dead. He died 7.5 years ago, October 31st, 2010. Today would have been Maurice Lucas's 66th birthday. Maurice Lucas's family is here today. His wife, Pam, their 3 children, David, Kristen, little Maurice. The people who have helped me, the worst thing I see in the world today is when people make it, and this is the antithesis of the NBA, but I see people succeed in life. First thing they do is they buy a big mansion on the hill, they put an electrified fence around it on the top, and they say, get out of here, I got mine, forget you. That's not what the NBA is about. That's not the way Bill Russell played basketball. That's not the way Kareem and Magic, Jerry and Elgin lived their lives, my heroes. And so as I salute the greatness of the NBA, I want to thank one person in particular here today, Pat Kilkenny, who, like Ernie Vanderweg, has given up his life to allow me to chase my dreams, as I have now fully recovered from my spinal failure and collapse from 10 years ago. Thank you, Pat. Nobody makes it to the top alone. Nobody has done for me what you, Pat, what Ernie did for me 48 years ago. And then I have to thank my wife, Lori. Lori, who does everything for me, but what she really does is she makes me happy. And she makes me believe. And that's what the NBA is all about. And so from hope, from opportunity, and purpose, I now live a life of pride, loyalty, and gratitude. Pride, the satisfaction with my choices in life that have gotten me to this stage here today. Loyalty. Do I care? Does any of this matter to me? And I care because of you. I care because of Chick and Bill and all the other people I've spoken about today. And I've learned over the course of my life to never rank, rate, or compare concerts, championships, children, coaches, or congratulations. Just enjoy them all. And I'm going to enjoy this one very much. But I'm up here today because of you. And while we acknowledge the greatness of everyone who has gone on before us to get us to this point here today, I just want to remind you, as I look at my dear friend Bill Russell, who told us each and every day, it's not how far we've come, it's how far we still have to go. Thank you. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I love this game.